Any question till now? Any question? Okay, fine. If no question, then we'll proceed further. So this is the last subfunction, okay, for 19 service, what we are going to see. The sixth subfunction, 0x0a, okay. So this is retrieving the status of all DTCs supported by the server. So if the request is made by the client using 0a subfunction, that means client is going to read the status of all the DTCs supported by the server. Okay, name for this subfunction. Understood? Let's say in a server, if 25 or 30 DTCs are implemented supporting, then when the client will make request 19.0a, then server is going to send all list of 30 DTCs with current status. If current status is 0, that means DTC is not logged, it will send 00, that status byte of the DTC. If the DTC is having some status, then what is the current status will be sent by the server. Understood? So a client can retrieve the status of all DTCs supported by the server by sending a request for this service. Okay, with the subfunction set to report supported DTC, that is 0x0a. The response to this request contains the DTC status availability mask, which provides an indication of DTC status bits that are supported by the server for masking purpose. Okay, so along with the DTC number and status of DTC, we can able to retrieve DTC status availability mask. Means that project, what status availability mask is being supported by that project. Understood? So following the DTC status availability mask, the response also contains the list of DTC and status record. Okay. So see, what will happen is this request will be of 2 byte. Is my paint screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the request will be of 2 byte. So client will request. Client will request 19.0a. 0a is the subfunction. Okay. So once client will request with subfunction 0a, this is 2 byte of request by the client. Server has to send all DTCs supported by the server. Okay. Along with status of all DTCs, along with availability mask supported by server. So as we have seen, let's say in the project 10 DTCs are implemented. Okay. And let's say the availability mask is supported by the project is 0xBB. So BB means what? What is the status byte? If we'll say BB, right? This is the availability mask, right? Pending DTC is not supported, and this bit 6 is not supported. These two bits are not implemented in the project. If we'll say the availability mask supported by the server is this, that means these two bits are not supported for that project. Clear na? Yes or no? Guys? Is it
Yes,
clear,
sir.
right? Yeah. So the request for this subfunction will be of 2 byte. Byte 1, 19, that is read DTC information request service ID. Okay, 19. And the second byte will be subfunction report type. Report type is 0x0a. Report supported DTC. Is it clear? Now we'll see what is the response. See, the response will be first byte read DTC information response service ID 59. Second byte is report type 0x0a. Third byte will be DTC status availability mask. And from 4 to n byte will be DTC and status record. Okay. So if you see in our example, let's say this is the example. Client has requested 190A and only 10 DTCs are implemented for the project and the status availability mask is 0xBB. What will be the response? Response will be 59. Okay. Service ID, sorry, subfunction 0A, status availability third byte is BB, and then DTC record. So let's say first DTC is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Status of this DTC is, let's say, FF. Then second is 8, 9. Okay. 7, 8, 9A, DC. And its status is 0, 0. Okay. Other DTC is 1, 2, let's say 5, 6, 7, 8. Its status is also 0, 0. Another is 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say 7, 8. This status is also 0, 0. Another is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. This status is again FF. Okay. Likewise, it will go on. And list of all 10 DTCs will be sent by the server along with its status byte information. Is it clear, guys? Guys, is it clear? Yeah. See, 190A request is to read all the supported DTC by the project. Okay. So as I told, in a project, there will be a limit of DTC supported. In some project, you will see there may be 32 DTCs are supported. In some project, maybe 14 DTCs. In some project, maybe 80 DTCs. Understood? Let's say in our project, only 10 DTCs are supported and the status mask is BB. Okay, this is the status byte mask. Now, when the client will request 190A service request, the server will send response. In that response, all the list of 10 DTCs will be there. Okay, along with its current status. What is the current status of that DTC? Understood? So the current status of this DTC is FF. Current status of this DTC is 00 because this DTC is not logged. Current status of this DTC is 00. That means it's not logged. current status of this DTC is also 0, 0. That means this DTC is not present in the memory. The status of this DTC is FF. That means this DTC is triggered and the current status is FF. Understood? Guys? Yeah, so all the list of DTCs which are implemented in the project using 19.0a subfunction, so client can retrieve. Client can request to retrieve all the list of DTCs supported by the project. If let's say in our project, if let's say 30 DTCs are supported, then we'll get one by one all list of 30 DTCs. Okay, in the single positive response, list of 30 DTCs will come. Understood? Guys? So now can you see this is more than 8 byte of data? Will it be done through single frame or multi-frame? Multi-frame, right? It has to be arranged in multi-frame format. Okay. Understood? Is it clear? What about others? Is it clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is simple only. Okay. So here we are taking, is my screen visible, right? We are taking an example. So this example demonstrates the uses of report supported DTC subfunction parameter. Okay. So the example says we have 3 DTCs which is supported in our project. The status of this DTC is 24. Status of this DTC is 00. And status of this DTC is 2F. Okay. So we have taken example here. In our project, only 3 DTCs are supported. In this 3 DTCs, first DTC is 24 status, current status. Second is 00. That means this DTC is not triggered. Okay. And this is 2F. That is triggered. Maybe based on the status byte, we can say now it is there or not there. We can say based on the status byte, what is the status of this DTCs. Okay. Now the client has requested subfunction 08, 19.0. Okay. Now the response will be 59.0a. The availability mask supported for this project is 7F. Okay. Then DTC1, its status, DTC2, its status, DTC3, its current status. Understood? So here we got only 3 DTCs because we assume only 3 DTCs are supported in our project. Is it clear, guys? What about others? Is it clear? Is it clear? Sorry? This DTC status availability mask is, see, for subfunction 01 and 02. Do you remember? Client was requesting with DTC mask record. Correct? Now, let's say if client has requested, now for this project, the mask status availability mask is 7F. Okay, 7F means the last bit, 8th bit is not supported. Correct? Now let's say if client has requested, tell me the list of DTCs whose 7th bit, or we can say 8th bit, whatever, is set to true. How server is going to give that? Because that bit is not supported in the project. That bit will never set to true for any of the DTCs. Understood? So client cannot request the bit which is not supported by the project. That's why there is a bit, sorry, there is a byte. By seeing that byte, we'll come to know which all availability mask is supported. DTC status availability mask is supported for that project. By seeing this, we'll come to know bit 7 is not supported for this project. Understood? Okay. So based on this, client has to request availability mask. Okay. Client cannot request that bit which is not supported for the project, or else client will never get any list of DTCs, right? Because that is never setting to true in the project. That is not supported in the project. Understood now? What about others? Understood? Others, any doubt? Guys, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. So now 19 service is completed. Now we are going to see supported negative response code for 19 service. So for 19 service, there are 3 NRCs supported. The first NRC is 12. Sub function not supported. Okay. So let's say there are 01, 02, 03, 04, 06, and 0A sub function only supported for our project. And client has requested for 05. That is not supported. So then in that case, server will send NRC 12. Okay. Got it now? So let's say client has requested, let's say 04, 1904. And 1904 is not supported for our project. Let's say 1904 and DTC high byte. Okay. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and FF. But this 04 subfunction is not supported. In that case, what will be the response? 7F 19 12. Clear now? Is it clear, right? Okay. Now let's say we'll come to 13 service. Let's say 04 is supported. You know, right? For 04 subfunction, minimum 6 byte of request is required by the client. But client has sent only 4 byte. In that case, what will happen? 7F 19 13, right? Correct now? Let's say for 0A subfunction, minimum 2 byte of request is required. Okay. Now instead of 2 byte, it's sending 5 byte. Then again, it will come. Or else, it's sending only 19. Then after 19, there should be subfunction, at least subfunction. But it is not there. So the response will be 13. Is it clear, guys? 12 and 13 NRC clear, right? Guys, is it clear for NRC 12 and 13? Okay, now we'll see 31. This is very important to understand. How we'll get out of request, out of range. So as I told, for 04 subfunction, we need to send DTC mask record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, along with snapshot identification number. Let's say this DTC is not there in our project. Okay, this DTC, what client has requested to read a snapshot record, is not there in the project. Then in this case, it will be out of range request because this DTC is not supported in the project. Understood? Guys? Or one more scenario. This DTC is supported, okay, and the client has requested for snapshot record identification number 05. Okay, but this 05 is not there in the project. Only we have 01 and 02 snapshot identification number. Then in this case also, it is out of range value. NRC will be 31. Understood, guys? Similar for extended data record. Let's say for extended data record, the client has requested for 01. Okay, but extended data record only 0A is supported. Under 0A, occurrence counter and aging counter both are implemented under 0A identifier. But client has requested for this DTC's 01 extended data record identifier. In that case also, response will be NRC 31. Is it clear, guys? Others, is it clear? Guys? Is it clear? Yes or no? Not clear? Guys, are you there or sleeping? Hello? Guys, are you there? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Everyone, right? Is it clear, right? Okay. Okay, fine. Now we'll go to next service, that is control TTC setting 0x85 service request. Okay. Okay. Shall we go? So first take a note. Okay, write down. Once the writing done, please do let me know. Writing done. Shall we start? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this 85 service, this is for controlled DTC setting. So now controlled DTC setting it is telling. So using this service request, the client can control the DTC setting of server. What is that DTC setting? Whether server is going to log DTC or not. Okay. So DTC setting means, is server going to log the DTC? Let's say a fault has happened and the fault is matured. Is server going to log that DTC information in the memory or not? Using 85 service, client can control that. How is it? If client is sending to off DTC setting, then server is not going to store DTC information in the memory. If again client will send on DTC setting, then server will again resume storing DTC information in the memory. Okay, so the control DTC setting service shall be used by the client to stop or resume the updating of DTC status bits in the server. Okay, along with DTC information, the DTC status bit information also will be stopped or resumed using this 85 service request. Clear? So using this service shall be used by the client to stop or resume the updating of DTC status bit in the server. If the server being addressed is not able to stop the updating of DTC status bit, it shall respond with a control DTC setting negative response. Let's say client has requested to stop updating of DTC status information in the server, but server is not able to implement the request. Then in that case, server will send a negative response. Okay, with the reason why it is not able to stop the updation of DTC information in the server. Okay, so when the server accepts a control DTC setting request with a subfunction value of DTC setting type off, okay, the server has suspend any updates to the DTC status bit, that is freeze current values. Okay, whatever the current value of DTCs are there, that will be freeze. There won't be any update on the current values of DTC information until the functionality is enabled again. So see, we'll see paint once. Okay. Paint screen visible?
Yes,
So
sir.
this 85 service is used by client to do what? Off or on update of DTC information. Okay. So let's say client has requested by 85 service off DTC information. Off request means now server is not going to update the DTC information. Whatever the values are there, let's say value 1 DTC was already there in the memory, this whose status is 24. Okay. Now if request is made for off, this will be freezed. Okay. This 24, let's say if the status byte changes, it will not change further. And if any other DTC has triggered, that won't be stored in the memory. Only this will be there in the memory, but its status will not change. If any new DTC is logged, but that information will not be stored in the memory. Understood? Until again the DTC setting is set by the request to on it. The functionality should be re-enabled. Then only whatever the current status is there, it will get updated. Let's say if the current status is FF, it will get updated. And the new DTC, let's say 567898 with his status FF will be stored. Understood, guys? Yes or no? Guys, have you understood? Yeah. So the update of the DTC status bit information shall continue once a control DTC setting is set to on. Okay. So again, it will start updating the DTC status bit information. Understood? Guys? Understood now? And one more very important point here. Okay. Or a transition to a session where control DTC setting is not supported occur. Let's say this 85 service request is supported in extended session. Okay, but the client has made request to off the DTC setting, but after 5000 milliseconds, the session changed to default session. In that case, again, this off request will be terminated. Okay, understood? Guys, if there is a session change from extended to default, then the request was made to off the DTC setting will be terminated. Now again, updates will start for all the DTCs. Understood? Guys, what about others? See, client has requested 85 off. Okay. This is supported in 10.03. Okay. After requesting this, server is not going to update any DTC information. Okay. Till when? Change from extended to default. Understood? Guys, in either of these case, again server will start updating DTC information. Okay? Clear? Good. And one more very important is this point you just make a note. They may ask if there is a session changed from extended to default, then what will happen? They may ask these exceptions. And another exception is this last point. If a clear diagnostic information service is sent by the client, the control DTC settings shall not prohibit resetting the server DTC status bit. Okay. So scenario is client has requested to off DTC setting. Okay. And let's say these two DTCs are there in the memory. Okay. And after this, again, client has requested for 14 service requests. Then this will not prohibit, this should be not prohibited. If this request is made, server has to delete this information from the memory. Understood? 85 service will not stop doing that. It will only stop update DTC information. But if 14 request is made, then server has to remove this information from the memory. Understood? Guys, is it clear? Is it clear? Guys, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, right? This is very important point. If let's say client has requested for off DTC setting as off, and again client has sent request for erasing the DTC memory, will it erase or not? Yes, because 85 service should not prohibit 14 service requests. Understood? So if a clear diagnostic information service is sent by the client, the control DTC settings shall not prohibit resetting the server DTC status bits. Is it clear, guys? Guys, is it clear? Yes or no? Okay, fine. So see, for your information, just remember the request will be of 2 byte. Okay, this third to n, no need to write it down in your notebook. Okay, the request you just make, these are a special condition in some of the issues. They are implementing DTC setting control option records. Okay, as per the ISO, that option is also there. But in general, only 2 byte of request will be implemented for all the project. These are only exception. Only I have never seen. Okay, maybe you will also never see. So these are exception. Very rarely used. Most of the time, the request will be of 2 byte. First byte will be control DTC setting request service ID 85, and second byte is sub function DTC setting type. Okay, so 01 is for on, 02 is for off. Others are reserved byte. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear, guys? The request will be of 2 byte. First byte is service ID 85 and second byte is sub function. For sub function, 01 is on request, 02 is off request. Just make a note. Can we go next? Guys, so the positive response will be of 2 byte. C5, okay, and the second byte will be sub-function. So let's say the client has requested to set DTC setting as off. Then client will send 8502 and the response from the server will be C502. Okay, and will turn off the updation of DTC status information. Clear? And similarly, if the request is made to on DTC setting, then client will send 8501 and server, after setting the DTC setting to on, will send request response as C501. Is it clear, guys? Everyone, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Okay. Now we'll see what are the NRCs supported. Okay. So there is NRC 12, sub-function not supported. Okay. So generally 01 and 02 sub-function are supported if client has requested for something other than this, which is not implemented in the project, then the NRC will be 12. Now we have 13, incorrect message length or invalid format. The request is of 2 byte. If the client has requested either 3-4 byte or 1 byte, then we'll get 13 NRC. Correct now? 7F 8513. Is it clear, guys? Yes, sir.
Okay. The third one is 22, condition not correct. So condition not correct is if the client has made request, but the precondition are not satisfying. Okay. Let's say it is in some critical, maybe in some state where it cannot turn off or on the DTC setting. Then in that case, the response will be 22. Used when the server is in critical normal mode activity and therefore cannot perform the request DTC control functionality. Okay. So in that case, we'll throw 22 NRC. Now 31, request out of range. So this is actually for control option record. When it is more than of 2 byte of request, then only 31 will be used. Okay, we have seen now here, if 3 to n, this is DTC setting control option record. If this is implemented, then only 31 NRC will be implemented. Or else, only for 2 byte of request, only these 3 NRC will be valid. Okay, now? So any doubt in 85 service?
No, sir.
Any doubt? Clear,
No.
na?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. Now the last 14 service requests also we'll see. That is also simple. Okay. These are simple only. That's why I'm covering 85 and 14 both together. Okay, now? Yeah. Clear diagnostic information, 14 service request. So as we have multiple time discussed, this request is used to clear all diagnostic information from the server. Okay. When client is going to request this service, then all the diagnostic information which are stored in the server will be deleted from the memory. Only exception is C level faults. We discussed, right? A, B, C, and E level faults. The only exception for 14 service request is C level faults. C levels are mostly related to memory. Okay. If any memory related faults are there, those faults will not be deleted using 14 service requests. Apart from that, all the DTC information will be erased from the memory if client has requested for 14 service requests. The server shall send a positive response when the clear diagnostic information service is completed, processed. Completely, if it is processed or it's completed, then server will send positive response. The server shall send a positive response even if no DTCs are stored. Let's say no DTCs are stored and still client has requested to erase DTC information. Still server will send positive response. Okay, guys. So what will happen when this 14 service request is made by the client? So DTC information reset or cleared via this service include, but it is not limited to, DTC status byte information will be cleared, captured DTC snapshot data will be cleared, captured DTC extended data will be cleared, and other DTC related data such as first, most recent DTCs, flag, counters, timer, etc. Everything or specific to DTCs, everything will be cleared from the memory. So when a request is made by 14, DTC status byte, snapshot record, extended data record, and any other DTC flag, counter, timer, everything will be cleared from them. Understood, guys? Guys, understood?
Yes, yes, sir. Clear.
Third point. Third point, this one, extended data record. Okay. The server shall send a positive response even if no DTCs are stored. So, see, DTC, how the DTC will be stored if there is a fault condition, right? And that fault is matured. Correct now? Then DTC information will be stored in the memory. Let's say there is never fault condition happened in the ECU. So there won't be any DTC, right? Stored in the memory. In that case also, if client has requested 14 service requests, server has to send positive response. Okay. If there is no DTC information stored in the memory, what to clear? So it will just run a dummy clear. All the memory will be just resetted. Okay. And will send positive response. Understood? Okay. See, the request will be of 4 byte. Okay. The request for 14 service will be of 4 byte. First byte is 14 service, clear diagnostic information, request service ID, and second, third, and fourth are group of DTCs, high byte, middle byte, low byte. Which group of DTCs want to clear? Okay. Is it related to powertrain DTCs or body control or chassis related DTCs? All will be grouped together. Okay. But in general, we have seen FF, that is all group of DTCs will be cleared. If the request is met by these three bytes are set to FF. That means all groups of DTC will be cleared. Some project you may see there are grouping of DTCs. If you want to only clear body related DTCs, send request, let's say 01, 02, 03 is grouping of body related DTCs, BCA model DTCs. Okay. If chassis related DTC you want to clear, maybe it is grouping under 0A, 0B, 0C. So then send request here 14, 0A, 0B, 0C. So only chassis related DTCs information will be cleared from the memory. If the request is made for FF, that means all group powertrain, body, chassis, all related DTCs will be cleared from them. Understood? Just make a note. FF is all group of DTCs. Okay, guys? And the positive response will be of 1 byte. For 14, 54 will be positive response if server has cleared all the DTC related information. 1 byte of positive response will be there. So let's say client has requested 14 FF33. This is group of DTCs related to emission related. Understood? This group of DTC is related to emission. ठीक है? Guys?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, the positive response will be
54.
yes. And all emission related DTCs will be stored from the memory. Sorry, erased from the memory. And for clearing all group of DTCs, the request will be 14 FF. Means all group DTCs. Then it will erase all the list of DTCs from the memory. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. So is it any question there?
No, sir.
Questions?
No.
Everything
It's
clear?
that's good.
Okay. Now for this, we have 4 NRCs supported. So you will see 12 NRC is not there because there is no sub function. Correct? There is no sub function. There is no 12 NRC.
Okay.
13 is there because the request is of 4 byte. If less than 4 byte or more than 4 byte, then 13 NRC. 22 is for condition not correct. Okay. Use when the server is in critical normal mode activity. Same for 85. If there is some critical condition or some it is in other than normal operation. In that case, 14 request will not work. And server will send NRC 22. Okay. Clear now?
Yes, sir. Clear. Okay, any question? And this 31 is out of range. Let's say requested for some group of DTCs which is not implemented in the project. Then in that case, will be 31. And 72 is general programming error. Maybe because of something can't able to erase
then in that case, general programming error. So this NRC shall be returned if the server detects an error when writing to the memory location. Writing in the sense erasing from the memory location. So writing is it's resetting the memory, right? In that case, it will throw 72 general programming errors. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir, clear.
What about others? So now by this service, we have clear UDC. Okay. We have completed UDS, sorry. UDC I'm telling. DTC, TTC बोलकर UDC आ गया.
Services, UDS service.
Yes. So now the next topic will be, we will see chapel scripting and panel designing. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the next topic. But this week, I think you guys need to go to institute and do some practice. Okay. I will talk to Ram sir. Because for starting this Capel script and panel designing, I need you to do practice first. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
after that only I will start, because if without practice, if I'll start again, it will not going to work out. Okay. So from tomorrow, just go to institute, do some practice. Okay. I'll talk with Ram sir what all need to be done. Okay, na? And see, for next batch, again, I am going to start from the beginning. So I'll request everybody to join. Okay. Second time repetition is required. Understood? Am I understood? Guys, are you there? Am I clear? Understood? Okay. ठीक है. From tomorrow at least